One of the most common questions about Clifton Strengths, also known as the Gallup StrengthsFinder Assessment, is what are the best strengths to have? Meaning, what are the best results to get? I've gotten that question numerous times over the years, and the intent behind it really depends on the person asking. So in this video, I want to address that question, but answer it from a few different angles. When somebody asks me what are the best strengths to have, I wonder and I ask where that question's coming from. I usually want to get a clearer understanding of what that person actually wants to know. See, best means different things to different people. Do they mean what are the results that are going to make them the most successful? Or are they wondering what are the best results to have for a particular job or career? Or are they asking me what are the most common or maybe least common Clifton Strengths results? Depending on where their focus is at, are they looking to be like everyone else or do they want to be different? First, let's look at what your Clifton Strengths results are telling you. Your results aren't comparing you to anyone else. There's no grading scale. There are no results that are better or worse than any other. They're simply identifying your naturally recurring patterns of thought, feeling, and behavior that can be productively applied. No matter what your results are, your specific combination of your top 5 talent themes identifies you as 1 in 33.4 million. So who's the best out of those 33 million? As you can imagine, best is a relative term. Who's the best? The most popular, the most persuasive, the smartest, the wisest, the most creative, the fastest, the most dependable person, or is it the most nurturing? Each of those qualities is best at different times. Your Clifton Strengths results, above all else, highlight your individuality. Your results combined with your specific experiences, interests, desires, and beliefs make you unlike anyone else. So what can best mean if there's no fair way to compare you to anyone else? Now you might say, what about the best results for a particular job or career? Well, there are millions of jobs and roles out there. And with time and the advancement of research and technology, there are new jobs and careers being created every single day. Imagine any career you like. For example, I'm going to pick a teacher because that's something that most people can relate to. Think back to the 5 best teachers you've ever had. I bet you each one of those teachers would have different Clifton Strengths results. And what criteria made those teachers the best in your perspective? Was it the way that they presented the content? Was it the way that they engaged students? Was it that they were the most effective at getting the students to master the content? There are so many factors that can make someone the best teacher. Each one is going to be influenced by their own perspective, approach, and their own priorities. And all of that is influenced by their naturally recurring patterns of thought, feeling, and behavior. I've worked with people at various levels in different types of roles. And I'll tell you that the most successful people aren't distracted by some sort of external definition of best. They figure out how to meet the objectives of their role in their own way, leaning into their natural talents and their strengths. Ultimately, success in a job or career has more to do with finding or creating the right fit for who you are, not changing yourself to meet someone else's definition of best. Exploring your Clifton Strengths results is going to help you identify the criteria that defines what a right fit for you is. The right fit for you at work, the right fit for you in your environments, even what's a right fit for you in your relationships. To get a taste of what I mean, I invite you to take my free masterclass where we talk about how your results are impacting you every day, including in both your strengths and your weaknesses. Once you have a better understanding of how your results are influencing you, then you can intentionally direct them to improve different aspects of your life. I invite you to take that free masterclass. I'll put the link to it in the description below. Now, there are those who believe that certain roles require specific talents and strengths. They'll say, don't you have to have analytical to be in a technical role? Or don't you have to have the strategic talent theme to be in a leadership role? If you're looking at a role in a specific environment or in a specific organization where that organization has identified that they're trying to fill a gap with qualities that you naturally don't have, that's one thing. But if you're limiting yourself from going after what you truly want because you feel that your talents and strengths won't be valued in the role that you're really interested in, then I challenge your thinking. Your CliftonStrengths results do not define you and they do not limit you. Two people with different results can achieve the same outcome. They're just going to use different approaches to get there. And that's where innovation, creativity, disruption, and progress come from. If the same kind of people are limiting themselves to the same kind of opportunities, then we as a society and humanity as a whole is going to remain stagnant. Having the same talents and strengths in the same type of roles results in the same qualities, the same priorities, the same gaps, and the same weaknesses. There is no best way to be anything, including the best manager or the best leader. Different places, different events, different times call for different kinds of people. Your individuality is the key to your success and what you're best at. Now, really quickly before we move on, if you're enjoying this video so far, do me a favor and hit the like button. That's going to give me an idea of what topics you enjoy and where I should focus as I create more content for you in the future. Now, getting back to that question of what are the best strengths to have, people also ask, what are the most common CliftonStrengths results? Now, I'm going to go ahead and answer that question for you, but I really want to stress that the most common CliftonStrengths talent themes are not themes to strive for. I'm only listing them here to satisfy your curiosity. Remember, the focus of CliftonStrengths is to lean into your talents. That is your naturally recurring patterns, not to try to be something that you're not. Now, Gallup occasionally publishes what they call a talent theme frequency report. It's a report where they summarize the global findings of all the individuals who have taken the StrengthsFinder or CliftonStrengths assessment throughout the years. According to the most recent report that I've seen published in late 2019, the top 5 most common CliftonStrengths results are: number 1, achiever; number 2, learner; number 3, responsibility; number 4, relator; and number 5, strategic. For those of you wondering about the least common CliftonStrengths talent themes, from that same report, we know that the least common talent themes of all worldwide, coming in at 34, is self-assurance, followed by command, significance, discipline, and then context. Both of these lists are based on the cumulative results of the first 21.75 million people who have taken either the CliftonStrengths or StrengthsFinder assessment, so almost 22 million people. At the time of this recording, it's been a few years since Gallup has publicly published their talent theme frequency report. It's possible that these themes could have shifted a little bit over time. So let me ask you, would you rather that your results overlap with the most common talent themes or the least common? Either way, all 34 talent themes have their pluses and their minuses. They're all going to require time and effort and investment to develop those talents into strengths. Best is a relative term. Ultimately, it's up to you to take your specific combination of talent themes and make them the best for you. I hope this video has answered your questions. I want to thank you for joining me. If you want to learn more about how to use your talents, your strengths, or learn more about your individuality and how to make it work for you, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. You can go back and check the other videos that are already there for you. In the meantime, you can check out these videos here. Again, I want to thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.